Greetings and welcome back to New Sasogi. Greetings and welcome back to New Sasogi. Now, when I last left, I went out and did the seashell thing. Now, I left and I made a bit of a problem here. So my village right now is sitting in a little bit of a rough spot, where I've decided to go out and do a whole lot of gathering of people, but I haven't actually made up for all the food and the needs that they have. So unfortunately, something that I did in the process of this trying to rush into things is that I have a lot of people who are going to be pretty upset pretty quick here, and I don't have buildings for certain things. Now, it is late in the day, and I wanted to start this now. I wanted to start it before I finished my buildings, which I know I said last time I'd build all these things off camera, because I definitely made a bit of a bad move there. So we're in an odd spot, and we're definitely going to lose some happiness here, and that's going to be what it is. You can see right here already, I've got people who are more or less content. They're going to do their work, which is good, but my problem here is going to be, there it is, it's already happened. Now look at their happiness levels. Ooh, that's not good. So what we're going to have to do here is, instead of trying to rush so much, it's time to balance. It's time to slow down and balance things out a little bit. Food-wise, we have to absolutely get that going. And that is really my big issue right now, is that I'm really low on the food side of things. So that's, I think, what we're going to focus on today. We're going to say, all right, let's do the right thing about making sure our villagers are in the right spot. Because right now I've definitely left them a little strung out. Alrighty, well, with that, some of the key things that you're going to want to be thinking about building here is that beverage storage. You probably already have, though, but if you're new to this, then the next thing that's going to happen with your villager needs is you are going to be stuck with, let's see here, with our needs. Oh, there we are. I clicked right past it. My apologies. We need to have beverages, and that's going to be easy to do once we have the right things. Now, I have the building started here, but I don't have the resources, and we have a lot of buildings started. We've decided to build quick. We've decided to go heavy right off the bat. Not a bad thing as long as you keep up with it. So I'm going to press E and take all 10. That drops them all in here, and I'm going to press E and I'm going to take all 33 and drop them into my inventory. And I'll press E here and I'll take, that'll be a good amount. Now, I could definitely get more sticks out of those logs by dropping them and then hitting them with the axe, but I'm not going to worry about that just yet. Now, do keep in mind that with a fast build, and I love this tip, and I thank you again for pointing this out, that the fast build is all about how quick can you click. So, I can rapid fire click here. Nope, can't do it when there's a person though. There we go. So this allows us to kind of like speed click this. So if you have the reflexes of a person much younger than yourself, you're clicking this thing through in a flash. Oh, out of stone. Now that is saying that I need lots and lots of planks, and I'm going to need lots and lots of straw. That'll be the next step. Also stone, but that's what it is. Alrighty, with planks, we will use our stations, since that's exactly why we built these things. That's exactly why we have all of these workstations here. I'm also going to try to get the tailor shop done real fast here, because I do want to be in a good spot for that. Now, I should have assigned my workers, and I did want to show this. I wanted to show my mistakes. I didn't want to sit here and just be like, oh yeah, everything's going perfect. I'm just going to pretend like I'm doing everything perfectly. I overextended myself, and I want to show that. And just show that it's not going to cause me any complications down the line too much. I mean, we're not in a great spot, but we can fix this. I'd rather honor that than just rush through and just be like, oh yeah, I do everything perfect, y'all. I just don't think that that's very authentic, because I do want to make sure I try things out in this game, and I do want to push it to try to make mistakes, and making mistakes is 100% normal. Alright, here we go. Let's get all the way over here and finish this building out. The bevy storage, what I really want to do with the bevy storage is I want to get tea online, and I think our next big thing that we want to do is get farming going. It's going to be interesting too, because I really wanted to get some questline stuff going, and there are definitely some quest lines related to farming that would be nice to get done soon. There we go. Almost done. The whole straw thing here, by the way, I got the straw just from, there we are, we're done. That's perfect. I got the straw from this spot over here. You may recall that there was a bunch of straw in this village, and again, another reason why building an old Sasogi is really handy. You can obviously take the supplies with and leave, but it's just so handy to have it here. The next thing I really want to do is probably feed my character. He is starving to death. So, oh, and we're out of logs. Alrighty, let's do that. I do need to build some houses, though. The reason for building a tailor shop is because I need that food situation going, right? Like right now, we don't have a food solution. Honestly, I think I'd like to build another woodworking hut because right now, watching how many workers I need making logs and how many logs I just simply need, yeah, it feels like it's the right move at this point. Just because I would really love to just have them mass producing logs for me so I don't even have to think about chopping a tree again. We have the craftsman level again, and again, the level progression isn't there yet, but it's early access, right? Like, we're watching this game grow as we play. And we do have to give the devs a little time to get caught up on these things, and they had a vision for how they wanted it to work, and hey, sometimes things don't work out great, and sometimes they do. I think a lot of things are great with this game so far. They've got great beauty to it, they've got a great design idea, and good storyline. It's got a lot of great things going for it. Are there some things that need to work? For sure. And I know somebody made a great comment where it's like, why do people compare this to Medieval Dynasty? And it doesn't deserve to be compared to Medieval Dynasty yet, right? Like, it's not done. It's in early access. In Medieval Dynasty, when it was in early access, it wasn't really a perfect game back then, too. There was a lot of entertaining things. And they've done a great job with Medieval. Don't have fur. We need the fur. So, with the fur, that'll get us to the point where we can start building our other part. I believe I'm going to need clay too, so let's save ourselves a little trouble and just bring that with. There's the bags. I do need to build my... Oh, it's entertaining. I got the Smithy building recipe, but I can build the Smithy, so I'm not sure what I was thinking when I did that. Ooh, look at all those buckets. Oh, speaking of buckets, yo, hold on. Time to do the next thing. We're going to need some logs too. Oh, hi. She's our resident, wanderer. She's good to go. We appreciate her. Alright, where's my well? Oh, well. Is it enough? Is it enough? No, of course, everything's too short. Everything's just a little under what I need. Alright, so we need more stones and things like that. Alrighty, so what's going to happen here is I'm going to finish that one up and just do the basic thing for the water, just so you can see that part. And then I'm going to see you on the other side of a fast forward of me making sure that I have all the buildings that my people need. Oh yeah, and this is an interesting thing. I see them working on these torches a lot, which, I don't know. I'm not sure what they're doing, but they got a plan. I trust them. Our people are doing stuff with the torches. I don't know what. See, look at them. I mean, the torches work all day and all night, so I think it's them just making sure they keep working. It's what it is. Now, big things that I think are positives for the game. So far, immersion-wise, yeah, definitely love it. I definitely feel like the art style, I definitely feel like the way things look makes me feel like I'm there, and it's great. And I do, and it doesn't have to be compared to other games. I don't want to do that, because that's one of the things that somebody brought up, and I appreciate that they brought that up. So it doesn't need to keep being compared like this. No space. We're good. It is a different game, and it is a good game. It's fun. But again, it's not there yet because, well, it's not finished. And that's fair, right? Let's see here. I do believe we're in a good spot here to finish up our tailor's workshop. Boom, boom, boom. Now, this isn't enough, and I'm surprised that this building, this might be a thing that I might give this feedback on one of the forums about this. This building should have some expanded furniture in it right off the bat too. Just like the other buildings that already have this. I think they just maybe missed this detail. Where, oh, I see. I'm not actually at the level to have the tanning bed. Interesting. That's unfortunate. We'll come back to that then. That's something that I really wanted to be able to do. Because for this, I need these bags. But I can't possibly make leather until I have the bags. That's not ideal. That's a missed opportunity, I think. I better feed my character. I'm about to starve to death. So let's do that. And then we need some planks. Huh, interesting. Well, that is very much unfortunate, actually. Shoot, that really is too bad. And that would be one complaint that I would have, is that you absolutely need to have the tanning bat early, because it's the only way to get leather. And if I can already build, I mean, I'm already able to build iron axes, and I'm building it with straw and such. Interesting. Well, it is what it is. Tell you what, y'all, I'm gonna see you on the other side of this fast forward. There need to be more houses here, and that's exactly what's gonna happen. Welcome back. I was running around and I decided I was going to solve all my problems by spending money. Because I have all the seashells, right? And that's exactly what I decided to do. So I ran around to here and I decided I would get to Segi. And what I did in the process of doing is I went to Aratani, I bought tons of things, which I'll show you soon enough. Discovered a nice cave location here, which would be not too far from a base of mine in the future, perhaps. And then got to Segi, because Segi is the place of woodworking and forestry and hunting. So I wanted to be here in order to get some access to logs, really. So now, while we're here, seeing as we're here, we're going to get a few things. And I did run out of seashell. Oh, look at all that stuff. Oh my goodness. Now, they raised the price, which is probably for the better. Because honestly, they should have. The prices were way too low before. So for 20, I can get some free logs. That's not bad. And I'll buy a few of these right off the bat, just so I have them on hand. Now there are going to be a lot more interesting sounds as I record because of my new location. So I apologize as I get used to how things work here in my new location for recording. And for y'all, I apologize for background sounds that may be new in my recordings. I'm trying to make sure I balance that out until things are finished in the work that I have to do in the location where I originally recorded. Now let's get back home. Now, before I used my well, I dropped my buckets, which all you do is hold E, and it gave me 150, which is pretty darn awesome. That's a good amount of water. So, let's get going here. I built a house, by the way, so you know. I built this house, it's a standard level house, and I decided I'd get 4 beds into it. I did the simple tatami beds, just so you can look at it, and the sleeping mats if you haven't already seen them. So you have your grass beds and your tatami beds. They don't really make much of a difference as of yet. But it is kind of nice just to have those different things. Now, I do need to cook a few things because we do need meals before we get done with all this nonsense. Okay, what I tried to do, gobo and herbs, perfect. We're going to make a few of these since we do need to make food. And I did buy some food. Oh, shoot, right. And luckily it'll drop it straight on the ground. Alrighty, let's do... Yeah. I have just too much stuff in my inventory. I wanted to get the hunter's cabin done as soon as possible, so that's a good start here. And I do love the rapid fire. Oh, it's so helpful. That's going to be the end of us doing that part, and I want the hunter's cabin because it's handy for making that bow, and when we get our quest done next season, it's going to be really handy for our building of the better bow. And that will be a goal of mine. I want to have the best bow. I like the half bow. Short bow's okay. It does the job for a little while, but it's certainly not the best. Alrighty, planks and logs. Only 1 log to go. A little bit of planks to go. Let's check our inventory, see where we're at. It really is time to focus on food. I mean, it really just is. Alright, this is not the best move, but I'm not worried about it. I want things done. And I'm willing to deal with the fact that I'm going to use good logs on this. Because I just simply need it done. Way of the craftsman level, again, yeah, it's not going to make a difference for me, honestly. I'm just going to leave it go. I do need more stone, so I'm heading back over for that. And you always have access to gathering stone in this pathway, and it tends to be enough stone to make it for a long while in the early part of this game. You also can take some of those stones that are in your village and you could just mine them out. So we'll finish this up here. I'll run back to the village and we will get our cooking going back on and go from there. Then the next thing we're going to do with this day before finishing up the season, which the next goal here is just we're going to wrap up the season, is that we are going to... The next goal that we're going to have, or at least the next thing we're going to do with the rest of this season, is we're going to do the small bridge projects, because as I recall, those are definitely the best ways to level. We'll see if it's still the case. Alright, and I hope that's both of them. It is both of them. That's fantastic. Now, Dynasty storage, of course. Logs, why not? And logs. And then a simple bed. One more sleeping location. Back to needing logs again. I would prefer not to use the premium, but I don't have them doing anything else at this point in time, so I'm not worried about that. And I can always get more. My workers are doing fine at that. There we go, Hunter's Workshop, which means I now have a builder's job. And then there's one more workstation, and they happen to place it at the top of the tower, which, oh, actually a couple more, which, honestly, I'm not a huge fan that they put them up here. It's, I'd like it to have looked more like a watchtower-y thing, but it doesn't have to be. There is a watchtower, so, right, I mean, I can get over that. Oops, that's not the thing. I want the cooked meat, boss man. Get it. Yeah, you did it. Alrighty, let's cook some meat. And then, oh, I'm probably in the way, and that's why. Alrighty, then, I do want to get some iron, and I want to get some iron so we can make the cooking pot here, because that will allow us to cook more recipes and medicines in time. Now, I'll take a sip of coffee and be ready to go here. I do have a lot of gobo that I gathered up, and we were going to make some simple vegetable meals. That's going to be what we do. Since I bought a bunch of parsley from our person in Aratani, that way I would be able to make some of these easy meals and just be done with it. I also bought a bunch of garlic, because I'm pretty sure that garlic is good for making the cooked meat meals, or the meat meals, which we'll probably have to get more meat for, and that's just fine. There we go, let's check it. Oh, I see, this is actually considered it. That's good. So they say that you cannot do much more. Purchasing a recipe, huh? Why not? There we go. So rice and herbs. I don't have that, but I have gobo and herbs, so let's go for that. And I do need a kitchen, which will give us a better cooking. Let's take these, put them in there. I bought a bunch of fish while I was at it too, just because I wanted to be done with part of it, right? I just wanted to be able to move on from there. We need the gobo. Let's see what we can do about these simple meals and see if we can at least get ourselves in a spot where we're functional. And the goal here is just to get our people at a point where the food is good enough. And I want to end it after this season just because I want to move on to the next season and get some levels and quests started for the next part of the setup. There's a few quests that go from our villages in the area that are worth doing. So let's see what we did. Meals, not bad. Beverages, done. Heating, done. So meals is our problem. Now, I will be able to be a little kind of like cheeky here, I guess you could say. Because now I guarantee you we're good on meals, just because of all the small little things. But the problem is that these people are going to eat all these things, and I'm going to lose tons of resources in a bad way. So I think we need to move our a little behind here a bit and get things rolling. And that means iron. Do need to build that. I do have some iron. Alright, let's see what we can do. And I did snag these fishing nets, which is good. Oh, look at that. We're down to 51 seashells. Honestly, I'm kind of happy. The seashells did pay off. It was worth it. But am I outlandishly ahead right now? Not really, to be honest. I'm doing okay with how far ahead I am. But it's not... Oops. Right. Open hand crafting. Forgot. There we go. I don't know as I'm outlandishly far ahead. I don't know if I would say that I'm like, wow, holy cow, I am just crazy far ahead and this is absurd. But I am definitely further than I think I should be. Let's see here. Others. I'm looking to do... Not that. I want to do our cauldron. Okay, so we do need the Smithy for that. Fantastic. Then that might just be the move here. Yep, and we're going to need lots of logs. So, I so much want more of these workstations. There's just no question in my mind that that's the thing that pays off the very most. Job-wise, let's look at this. Everybody's okay, our logs are okay. And I see you're doing all conifers, which is good. And you're doing premium at 6. Oops, and you have a 0 on that. Ouch, that's too bad. I'm going to change this. I don't want to... I'm no longer interested in them doing that. Now, I think it might be worth us doing a little something here. These iron axes, all I need are grasses. That's so easy, and we're definitely doing that. Okay, we're going to make some iron axes because it's going to upgrade the amount that we can do. And then what's going to happen is, it is project finishing time. Project finishing time is going to put us at a huge spot for pushing forward. Now it's going to require an awful lot of resources though as a trick, so I'm going to have a lot of work ahead of me to get caught up on that. A lot of stone, a lot of planks, a lot of everything. So what we're going to do is we're going to start in Segi, because Segi has a couple projects in it and has lots of places you can just buy your way out of problems, which is great. I've got a lot of seashells that can buy me out of my problems, and that's why I got them. Just need to buy myself out of my problems, man. They say money can't buy you happiness, but it'll sure finish a project or two. So we'll do that and get ourselves some dynasty credit. Dynasty points, that is. Alright. Get this grass in here and be done. Remember to go to the workshop, that is. Okay, let's do this. How many axes can I make? Well, not enough, it turns out. So we will do as many as we can. And I'm guessing that that'll put us shy from... I'm guessing that puts us shy from the iron, and that's fine, because I can get more iron. Hey, I'm going to have so many stone axes sitting in this inventory now. That's going to be so funny. Drop it. And grab it. Why not? Let's do it all. I can always get more iron, right? I'll just go to another place and I'll get the rest of it. Oops, and I'm stuck in my tatami bag. I dropped some things in the tatami bag, or tawari bag? I apologize. I dropped some items in that storage. Oh, it's the grasses. Drop some things in that storage because I didn't want the villagers to eat them. Because right now my problem is I got to keep up with my villagers not chomping down on everything I got. All my herbs and whatnot, because I'm hoping to get that, I really want to get that. I want to get the field bags made, and I really want to get my farmers online. Oh, speaking of which, I probably should have done that. Probably should have those fields going right now. Speaking of which, I bet you we could do that right now. Especially before we get out of the morning. Yes, indeed. Ooh, there's a lot of stuff to do today, it turns out. That's good, that's good. Alright. Check this out. Here's what we're about to do. Now, we need a rice bag. We need a lot of bags of things. We'll have to see what we have available so far. We'll have to see what we have available in our inventory for planting. Oh yeah, there we go. It was really just the grasses. Now that's going to put us one axe ahead, which is good because I want it. It's for me. Watch out for that bag. Now that bag's gone at the end of the season, so I have to remember to pick that up, otherwise I'm doomed. And I'm not going to see those resources again. It looks like I've got millet, soy, and I've got canola. Dropping all those things in there, and I'm taking... Oopsie. Did all of those axes just get taken out? Okay, good. In a stack. I appreciate that. Apologize for that. That is the clock. Another new feature. Alright. Time to go to those jobs. Now, iron axe versus stone axe. That's giving me 16 logs. Okay, twice as many logs is a huge deal. Now I'm not going to feel so bad about having only 2 workers. And it is a big deal to get that tech up fast. So going to those is good. Make sure that they're all maxed out on 16. That's good to go. That's going to help us out a ton. Now, did I have sticks? 29 sticks is not going to cut it. But that's okay, because we can find bushes. Alright. Oh, look at that. I forgot to break down a thing. Alright, let's get this broken down. I don't like leaving a mess here, do I? No way. Now these bushes will come back, in theory, so we'll see. There we go. And that's a good thing. Okay, let's get going here. We'll make a field. And as far as I'm concerned, I think land fields are where I'm at first off. Kind of want to make canola because I want access to oil. That's a 24... I think 32 is about as maxed out as I can get my people to be. Alrighty, now let's get somebody in on this. I want you working a field, and we are going to make you not garlic it up. I think canola. Oop, it says summertime only, so we're not going to do that. Millet would be a good one because it gets us food, and I don't know how much I can do with soy at this point in time. 25 is all they can do. That's fine. Now let's check and see what other items we can do. We could do a water field, I think. Wouldn't be a bad idea. I think I have a rice bag, right? Let's get this out of the way. Nope, little chuggy chuggy there, little chug chug. Let's go back up here, make sure we have a rice bag. I'm pretty sure I had a rice bag. No, actually I don't. That's unfortunate. Soy and garlic. Not bad. I really want that Fisher hut done. But what I can do instead... let's have this person hunt. And, yeah, let's have them hunt. Let's have them hunt and let's have them gather up as much of this as we can. Now I'm going to need iron knives, which I'm pretty sure I can already make. There's an iron knife right there. So let's do this. And we have our grasses. Let's take those grasses with me. Probably sticks too. We'll go to the workshop, we'll make those iron knives, and we'll let them do a little bit of meat gathering. I think that that'll be worthwhile. Look at that, iron comma, stone knife. Interesting that I can't make iron knives. That must mean that it's a part of the other workstation. Oh my. Nope, can't work on that one. Okay. Then I need to have somebody assigned on the one on the top floor, and that's a 3 log later thing. Okay, here we are catching up. And like I said, you know, telling you, this is me. Oh, and I should have switched to my stone axe at this point. When you're doing the last stage of it, save your iron axe, the durability. Use the stone axe to take out the sticks if you're doing so. Alright, let's get this done. Alrighty, now. You can't craft iron knives here. That's too bad. Alright, well, I was really hoping for that one. Alright, well, I was really, really hopeful for that. Yeah, stone knives only. Yep, okay. That's what it is. Wait, what's that thing? That's a comma. Yeah, it'll save me some time. Okay, we'll have a comma. Darn. Now I just need stones. From here, since we only need stone, obviously, those are going to be easy quick craft things. We will make our iron knives. We'll make it... Oops, that's not going to work if I don't press E. Ha ha! Alrighty, here we go. On it. Pew. Done. Okay. Good to go. And then let's drop all these things in here. And I do have my tea leaves. Tea leaves will be fine to leave somewhere else. Okay. That'll do it. Alright, I would like to finish that up, but we don't need to worry too much about that. And now it's time for us to assign our knives. Iron knife first and foremost. And there we go. The next step is I'll take you through some of those small building projects and show you where that's at. Alright, y'all. From here, I'm going to take you on a bit of a journey. So I've made my bow, which I really wanted to have ready for hunting here. We're going to switch those two out. And I want to make my arrows. And it turns out that the workstation for that is at the top of the hunting lodge. We do have a person who's assigned here, as you saw. Sorry about a little bit of there's going to be a little bit of confusion in this episode. I'm doing multiple takes just because of how the day has worked out here. Thanks for your patience. Now here we are at the end of the day, and I did not show you on screen. The people this day finished their duties, and from there they have made me a ton of logs. And from that I've made a bunch of planks. Now I have way too many planks. Oh, hey, what's up, Echo? We're gonna head down here. Now, why bother with all the planks? The big thing here is I'm gonna finish up a bunch of small bridge projects. That's the goal. So we are going to take only the things we need with us at this time. And the reason for that is because those small bridge projects, they cost a decent amount of resources. And I want to have them ready for next season. Now, I do have some eggs that can be turned into food later on, but we don't have time for that just yet. So the goal here is to maximize those dynasty points. This used to be the way you did things, and I'm curious if it still is. So that's what I want to find out. We are currently at dynasty level 9, and what I'm hoping is that by doing these small bridge projects, those are going to level us up pretty quick. They used to be worth a large amount of credit, a huge amount of our upgrades from there. So now I have a good amount of stone. I think we should take another 25 just to be confident about things. And then the tea leaves, I can't really do anything with it this time. I believe they count as beverages if I just put them in the storage, which is kind of goofy, but it's what it is. I'm going to temporarily store them here. Just temporarily. And let's go. Last thing is to clear out the inventory space here for the bow. And go. Now our first bridge project, small bridge project here, is going to be just at the edge of town. My guess is, and I haven't confirmed this yet, I'm about to find out, some of you already know, is that the bridge projects and these small bridge projects can be completed at the end of the seasonal changes because they haven't really given a progression per day thing, which I'm hoping they'll do in the future, because otherwise, I mean, otherwise it's kind of silly, right? Like I can maximize what my workers do through the day, and then I can also have them finish a small bridge project at the end of the year, like that, or at the end of the season. That seems kind of a little extra, but it's what it is. So we're gonna ramp this up fast. Ah, the logs are going to be the taker from me. This will be the trick. I'll need a bunch more logs. I think what we'll do is we'll just get a bunch of logs here. I was going to take some from our inventory in our village, but what we'll do is we'll just chop these down real quick. Be set here. Oops, that's a miss. Luckily, we don't have to worry about trees hurting us in this game just yet, because that just collided with my head. Dude's knocked out. There we go. And let's see here, how many more logs can I fit? I can fit a few. We're gonna steal from this area a bit. I like to go to Segi and steal from Segi. Their village has a large collection of trees by it and really conveniently located. And all I do is travel through Segi, so I tend to just kind of undecorate that area just because it's, I'll be there and I'll just be taking from it and then heading out. Now, what I didn't show and what I did off camera, my little guys came down. My two sons were watching me do some of the stuff, the prep work for finishing this up, when I was there cutting down some of the large bamboo in Iwasaki. So in Iwasaki, I chopped down a bunch of the large bamboo just so that we would have resources ready and going, since a lot of these projects, you'll notice, required us to do bamboo just to start it up. Let's go, finishing that. And of course the wooden hammer breaks because they are really not that strong. There we go. Now we'll change the resource. Let's get the planks in there, and then we'll change resources to logs. We'll get those in there. Of course, this is going to be a part of our problem, is that the amount of logs you have to drop off is huge. So we've got 9 in there. We have 11 to go. I'm thinking that probably my best move right now is to get a few more of these done. We'll finish this one up quick before it gets too dark. And then the next thing will be, there we are. I'll be looking forward to steel in the future. Steel axes are really way better. I mean, they're far superior. Their durability is much, much improved. And that'll be a part of the after doing this project. This is the most important project we can do, since this is one of our quests. I love these I love the catching of the logs as they fall. Just, it's rather hilarious to picture that idea. Like, oop, got that. Alright. On it. And I believe that's going to complete this special project. That's good. And then we'll assign somebody to the job. We'll assign me just so that we have it done real fast. Looks like we're going to be stuck with some feeding to be done. Perfect. Workers 0 of 1. Let's assign workers and wait a few seasons, it says. Let's say, oh, I have a person who doesn't have a job yet. You are it. And then seasons to complete 1. Plus 1,000. Interesting. So 1,000 experience. I wonder how much the other bridge projects were. I haven't checked them yet, and I'd like to know, because right now, if this is only worth 1,000 and the other ones are worth incremental amounts, where it's like 1,000 per season, that would make some sense, right? Where now I can decide that I want to make the watchtower this season because I have 3 workers available, and why not do it? Or the motherlode project, is it worth 5,000? Would be an interesting question to ask. And 1,000, what does that do for us? Not as much as I thought it would, honestly. Look at that. Reaching a new population would be an even better thing we could do. So I think we also have a little bit of an issue here as we go forward in that we need to make sure we get all this stuff taken care of. Now, I do have a bunch of meat I can cook up, and I'd like to make those cauldrons. I wonder if I can get away with that before the seasons change. I wonder if I can. Uh-oh, now we gotta do some things. Oh, the brightness, I've already maxed it out. Shoot, that explains why it looks so bright. I was wondering, I was like, huh, it seems, honestly seems very bright in here. And sure enough it is. I'm noticing that small bridge project only being 1,000, not actually a huge deal when I think about that, you know? 1,000 experience is not as big as it used to be. In the small bridge projects, you got straight up 1 dynasty point out of it, so that would have been, in this case, multiple thousands. So that's interesting now, isn't it? It is definitely a little bit of a change. That's going to have to make me rethink some of my progressions here. I do love the fast clicking, that really helps a lot. Rifling through the clicks. Listen to the speed clicking, y'all. I'm sure that's 100% annoying. I apologize. Hopefully my filter is doing a good job of that. There we are. And then we just need clay. And clay is easy enough. I have a ton of clay at this point. Alright, it doesn't look like I'm going to do the small bridge project so easily, at least not on camera. What I'll do is I'll get that wrapped up here. So many busted hammers. My guy goes through hammers like they're going out of style. And they are going out of style, unfortunately. It's just not a thing that people are into anymore. We're into iron hammers now. We're into iron hammers, we're into steel hammers. Now, it looks like I cannot build the Tatara, which is obviously the thing I want. And I do not recommend you build a charcoal kiln here. You can build this as a village structure. So what I would recommend is if you're going to do a charcoal kiln, it's right here. Now, reaching Dynasty level 11 and then having 1,000 coins, okay, great. I guess now I'm going to take a bit of my word back because it was free if I just put it in here. Interesting. That'll be a thing that I'm sure they'll fix up real soon. Alrighty, y'all. What's going to happen next is I'm going to do a whole lot of busy work. Oh, and if you haven't already, all of your buckets, you just simply hold E and you drop them in there and you get everything you need out of that. That's another step that I need to take care of. So, we're going to do a bunch of cooking. Actually, we're not going to do a bunch of cooking just yet because I need to know. Fantastic, we can make the iron knives. That's what we want. We'll make that next season, we'll be all set. Then the other thing we need right there. Not enough resources. Perfect. That's okay. 6 iron. That's what's going to happen right now. Because we want to be able to cook up some good stuff. I want to be able to make the meals that are actually worth the time to cook. So what we'll do here, we'll make this iron pot, and then we'll turn one of our homes is going to gain one of these. And we'll see. There we go. Look at that. Sunken hearth with cooking pot. And sunken earth with cooking pot, and campfire with cooking pot. Nice. Alrighty, let's do this one. It's the closest one. So, we take out our hammer, and we say, yo, I want to change my furniture up. So, first off, can I change the type? F. Yes, I can. Workplace. Can't do it, but that's fine. We're just looking for this. Now, not enough resources. It did say I needed firewood, so we can take care of that real fast. Do a couple of these, and we'll go back. Do we have a few more buildings to go? Yeah, just one, and we have those workers there, and that's good. It's not bad at all. Oops, and I need to change type. And then once you have all the resources, it just goes straight to it. Now, looks like we're ready to cook. Looks like we have a lot more access to meals too, and that's good. Now, the thing we got to decide on, we want some good meals. Let's see here. We're going to unlock some recipes. Millet and shiitake. Why not? We have money. Gobo, lotus root, and edible grains. Okay. And then fish meals. Meat meals. Meat, egg, and wheat. That's doable. Let's do this. So we're going to do this. Okay. Let's make that one. meat, wheat, and go from there. There we go. Meat, wheat, and let's take a few of these. I think it said egg, right? Let's go. Oh, look at you, tidying up in here. Thanks very much. Alright, meat, egg, and wheat. We'll make a few of these. I think this will do a good job for us. And then from here, so many ways of the craftsman. I'm looking forward to them getting that all set up because it's not quite there yet. Alrighty, then I think we had... Yeah, we're going to need rice. So it's going to be a big deal for us to make rice. This is good. Tea and water is a big one. I think for beverages, it just raises it a good amount. And I don't want all these tea leaves sitting here over seasonal change. That's going to be a bit of an issue. So we'll wrap this up by me going over here, and it is going to be time for me to take some buckets, drop some buckets in. We'll let those go. I'll be making those iron knives for next season, that's for sure. And there we go, drop those buckets in. We'll go over here and we'll make tea. The character's going to need to eat shortly, which is a thing. Oh my, this is going to take a while. I will see you on the other side of making all of this tea, because it's going to be a bit. And at the other side of this, I'll see you on the other side of the season, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a couple of the small bridge projects that I started in different areas, and I'm going to just get them started. I'm probably also going to go to Iwasaki and... Oh, no I'm not. Seasons are going to change, and it's just what it is. I must have hit the end of the night. Nice, look at that. Okay, so when you see this animation, this means that you completed a project of some sort. So, handy. Man, I tell you what, that was a lot of busy and a lot of like, not a lot of things flowed great in that episode. And I do think that in a lot of ways, like this is showing how I'm relearning things in this setup. I appreciate getting a lot of those things done. Look at that, still making food. That I love. That's a win right there. So I did get to finish the beverages. Now our people shouldn't be pissed at me. I'm still hungry though. So I was honestly hoping that for some reason it would allow me to just get away with the fact that, there we go, we'll retrieve our water, and then we'll go in here and we'll drop off this water. There we go, let's just drop it all off. Not the tea leaves. Oh no, the Tawara. Oh no, all of my goods. Did they vanish? Oh, they did not vanish. We're lucky. Okay, cool. Now, I did not get to finish my small bridge project. You will see that it did gain 1,000, so that's fine. But honestly, the small bridge project, so it looks like they're just kind of accessory things. They just happen in the background. So the thing that's going to be way more important, by the look of it now, is... She's happy about the bridge rebuild. There we go. Village leader, no offense. Places draw deadly things. Okay, no, be sure of it. And I'll go talk to this person. Peasant clothes? Oh, nah, man. You don't worry about that. I got good clothes right here, man. Alright, then I'm going to go find the Onibaba, and we'll go from there. Now, this has already been a bit of a long journey, and it's been a start, and it's been, oh my goodness, so many learning things going on with this, right? Like, hoofda. So, I'm going to definitely, in the next episode, have a lot of these things locked in, and I appreciate that you all are learning with me, and that we're doing this together, and we're figuring all this thing out. Now, will I be able to take us through this next part and make sure things go well? Well, of course. I'm going to make sure I have some background going into this one, and you'll see a lot of the good stuff that comes out of the practice and the patience. Alrighty, so y'all, take care, have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you next time around.